Hello Internet, it's Dave and I'm back with just a quick video that has to do with my pedal board. So if you're one of my normal subscribers, this video is kind of out of the norm for the focus that I usually have. If you're not a subscriber and you're coming in because you saw the title of the video or whatever, I'm doing this video because it would have been helpful for me to see something like this before I bought the power supply, and even after I had it, so that I didn't go so much into panic mode. But I typically don't do music or gear tutorials on this page. I just wanted to point out something real quick on the power supply that I went with, which was the Walrus Pahonix. Kidding, I know that's not how you say it, so don't, I'm like, that guy's an idiot, he thinks it's a Pahonix. Jeez, I cracked myself up. But anyway, this video, again, would have been so helpful for me, and I do more pedal and sound tutorials for guitar on my Patreon page, and so I'll talk more about it at the end, but I'm working on an audio Bible undergirded by ambient guitar music. And so my Patreon page has more of the behind the scenes of creating that audio Bible, and so just kind of naturally it fit that I would do more behind the scenes looks at the sounds I'm getting with different things. And so anyway, let me turn the camera around, show you my pedal board, and show you the Walrus Phoenix, because I did something that some of the reviews said was impossible. I used all of the power inputs or outputs. Yeah, outputs. I used it all. So I wanted to show you how I had it set up, because there was a way I was thinking I was going to have to use it. Well, let me just turn the camera around and we'll get to it. Alright, so there's the board. I'm not going to get into too much of the rundown or the overview. I'll just say that don't assume on my signal chain, because I have stuff placed for functionality, and then I chained it how I want. So how it's laid out is not exactly how it's chained. If you want more insight into some of the sounds, the pedals, and whatever, then visit my Patreon page. I'll talk more about what's going on there at the end, but I just wanted to again show this power supply, because it would have been so helpful for me to see something like this. But I'm almost done with the board. The only thing I'm waiting on is 3 expression knobs from Analog Endeavors. Guys got a store on reverb.com, and so I'm really excited to try those out. It'll go with the Strymon, the Super Pulsar, and that Flashback to give me some more control over knobs just at foot control, because I play mostly solo, and so all this is to either give me a wash behind my acoustic playing, or to help me just with different sounds and looping, because looping can get old and repetitive unless you've got some different things that you can continue to throw in there. So most of this is all to support the Ditto that I use in our House of Prayer, where I play for hours and hours, and so some of that's singing and some of it just might be instrumental, and so I'll put together a loop. That top row underneath the power supply is where those 3 expression knobs are going, and so I play sitting down and I play barefoot because it just gives me better control, and then also I can feel if I'm like squishing one of the knobs or something, because I don't want to break my pedal, and so I try to treat everything gently with tender loving care. And also the pedal board, if you're wondering, I hand built that, so they're pretty easy to make. I don't have schematics, I'm a carpenter, and so like easy stuff like this to put together is just like I eyeball it, but it's a 36 inch, so 3 foot by 18 inch is what I wanted. And so it gives me room to maneuver, room for everything that I wanted to bring on a board, and so I don't see myself expanding much beyond this. I'm pretty happy with the sounds that I'm getting from this chain and these pedals. But anyway, enough about that. Let me zoom in on the power supply and show you how they actually all fit, because again, I am using all 15 outputs. Alright, so there it is. I don't have any of the 12 or 18 volts, so all the switches are flipped down for the 100 amp 9 volt, but I just wanted to show you that it can be done with the cords that the power supply comes with. I wish I would have had something like this to see. I read some of the reviews about the problems with people not being able to use all the ports, and I thought maybe I can use all the ports by angling these little guys like up on the top, but then I'm just like, man, that's gonna look so ugly, and I was a little bit disappointed I went with this power supply. But I've got all 15 plugged in and they're all working fine. You can do it. There it is. I did it. The ports are still a little close for my taste, but I got the job done, and overall I'm very happy. And if I had to do it again, I would probably still pick this one up. And by the way, it really has helped with the noise after my pedal board started growing. I hope that it helped. If it doesn't, oh well, see you later. That's it. Short video. I thought it would be helpful. Again, I wish I could have seen something like that when I was reading the reviews. Again, I still went with it despite the reviews, and I'm happy with it. And I didn't think I would use all 15 is why I went with it. But I did end up using all 15, and so when I was pushing the limit of it, then I'm like, oh no, what am I gonna do? And it worked out, so, as you can see. And then I do use that back power supply. I didn't show you in the video because it's not a video review of the thing, but there's a power supply where you can actually plug a wall wart or just any plug into. And when I sing, I've got a Boss VE20 vocal performer that I keep on the side, and so I just use that to power the vocal performer, and I keep that off my pedal board because my wife uses it too for the different reverbs and delay effects and stuff. That's a really, really amazing pedal for vocalists. But anyway, I'm not going to do too many pedals, so if you want to subscribe, then subscribe to my channel. If you love Jesus and the Bible and want to look more at that, I'm kind of in a weird niche where I love the music. I love the post-rock and the ambient and the folk music, and more than that, I love God. I just love God. He's amazing. I've been a Christian since 2009 now, and it's just been a rocket ride. It's been so incredible. But this channel is really geared towards restoring delight and just love for God, and so we look at different things, not just pedals. But if you want to look at more pedal content, then check out my Patreon page. Again, see what I'm doing with the audio Bible, and there will be more behind the scenes of the audio Bible, which will allow me to look at the sounds and some of the music that's undergirding it. So I'm not doing just the reading of the Bible, but I'm reading it, and I'm putting together ambient guitar washes and loops and stuff. I just hiccuped. Ambient guitar washes and loops to undergird scripture, because people don't listen to audiobooks because they're boring. I haven't found an audio Bible that I liked, and I've been looking for a few years now, and it's just been frustrating. So now I'm at the point where it's like, I'm just gonna do my own. And so that's the reason for the Patreon page. And so I'll link all those here at the end of the screen, and so you can subscribe if you want, visit my Patreon, or check out some of the other videos on this channel about restoring delight in the Word. So anyway, thanks for watching. I love Jesus and music.